spirited effort that you were hoping to see following last night's disappointing effort?
He took the words right out of my mouth. I applaud our team's effort. I applaud their grit, their fight, the way that they never let themselves get too far down. When they went on runs, we battled back, and each guy contributed. And that's the team that we have to continue to be.
I know Kevin Durant's obviously an amazing player. Was there anything that you saw from him differently than what you were expecting going into the night?
No. He is one of the best players in the league, and there's a reason why. He finds the spots to get to on the floor. He's poised enough. You can send double teams at him. He shoots over them. He shot one on the baseline that was over both Bol and Paolo, and that's a tough shot. And hats off to him. He's a hell of a player.
Every time it seemed like he hit a jumper or made a shot at the rim, you guys were able to respond with a big bucket yourself, whether it was Franz, Paolo, Gary, Bol. The resilience from that perspective, how would you kind of assess that?
Growth and poise. Our ability to just grow in those moments and not panic, not try to get it all back in one shot, taking our time in making the right play, the decision-making down the stretch. I think they did a great job there. I applaud our team's effort on a back-to-back shorthanded. These guys fought till the very end.
How do you try to account for KD as a defender? He's so versatile where he blocked Bol on the wing on the three, and then I think a few possessions later, I think it was Caleb Houston protecting the rim. How do you try to work around that?
He understands the game. He knows the positions he's supposed to be in. He's done it for a long time. He made so many winning plays down the stretch, not just offensively, but like you said, defensively. He's a winning player that he fueled them with 45 to get this thing done.
How do you see Paolo's incredible leadership as a rookie and playmaking abilities continue to develop?
It's growing so much. He's done a great job of recognizing moments, understanding what we need to run down the stretch, trying to make the right play. He's done that a ton of times. He's looking for his teammates, and obviously when it's time for him to go to the basket and score, he looks for that as well.
Everything good? Go ahead, Josh.
Paolo, what do you see down the stretch that kind of allowed the Nets to get an edge there in those clutch moments?
Their best players was making shots, and we were forced to double, and they just found the open man.
Following last night's disappointing effort, do you feel like this was a more spirited performance from you guys, more fight, more energy?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. That was the message before the game was to come out and play, hard, play together, and play with energy, and I think we did that.
You obviously knew Kevin Durant is an amazing player, but going up against him for the first time, what was that like? Just an unbelievable performance by him.
Yeah, that was definitely a great performance. Didn't miss many shots. Yes, that was a tough cover, man. I don't got much to say about that, man. That was amazing. But sometimes, that's what he do. It's Kevin Durant. So.
Can you learn something playing against a guy like that? Obviously, as your career goes on, playing against guys like him, LeBron, Steph Curry, whoever, is that going to help you in the long run?
Yeah, I think just me being myself, I try to be observant of, guys like that, how they talk to their teammates, how they play the game, how they go about the game, and you can always pick something up from a player like him.
Guys like Kevin, or Kevin specifically, measuring stick games for yourself, this being your first time around the league, just to see what it's like to play against those guys and see what you're saying?
Yeah, I definitely, it's my first time playing against them, so, you don't know what it's like, so you got to find out. You got to accept the challenge. And today, we did what we tried to do what we could do, but sometimes you just can't, there's not much you can do when you got a player like that when he's hot. So you just got to, take the blows, try and respond, and move on.
It seemed like he caught up with you after the game. It's hard to tell in a group of people, but if he did he say something in particular?
Just to keep going, stay healthy. He's showing his respects. I did the same. That's one of the guys I always watched growing up. He played for the Sonics. Came to Seattle for the Pro-Am. I remember watching him when I was real young. I was like 12 years old watching him play in Seattle Pacific Gym. So it's crazy to be on the NBA floor against him. It's a full circle moment.
Is he still Sonic for you?
You said what?
Is he still Sonic for you?
Oh yeah, for sure. To me, you know, he won the Rookie of the Year. You know, but did he win the Rookie? He won the Rookie of the Year, did he?
I think so.
Yeah, he won the Rookie of the Year playing for the Sonics. So, you know, that's proud for me, proud for the city to, you know, be able to claim him.
Italian fans keep asking if you're going to play for Italy in the World Championship next year. Which factors go into consideration for this choice, and how likely is it to happen? Give me a percentage.
Well, it's going to be a couple factors. I think just how I'm feeling after the season, how my body's feeling, how my mind's feeling, because going in those you know, World Cup, it's not you can't take it lightly. You know, it's just as competitive as the NBA, maybe even more. You know, countries are battling, so you can't go in there, you know, halfway in it. You got to be all the way committed, and so that's going to be something that, you know, I'm going to have to, you know, figure out myself. And if I'm feeling great, you know, then it's more likely. You know, if I'm beat up, then it's probably less likely. So it really just depends on how I feel, how my body feels.
And Nico Magnon said that you're going to be a superstar and you might be the missing link for Italy to go back to the podium. Now, regardless of your choice, what's your take on that? What's your response?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, Nico's reached out to me. I've talked to Nico, and, you know, he's just been on me about playing. And, you know, they've been very competitive, you know, in the past couple, you know, competitions. So, I mean, I think what he's saying is probably true. I mean, he's the point guard on the team, so he definitely knows what that team needs. And, you know, he's a great player.
What have you learned so far in this league?
I think I just learned, you know, you can't dwell. Well, I'm still learning. I wouldn't say I've learned. I think I'm still learning that you can't, you know, beat yourself up. You know, you got to move on to the next play, the next game. You know, today I was really frustrated myself. You know, later in the game, missing free throws, the last turnover, even though we was down a couple points, just, you know, losing the ball right there. But really the free throws, really something that's been frustrating me the last couple games. So I just got to move on and, you know, just bounce back.
Well, you've been a leader as a rookie in the NBA. That's pretty impressive. How do you manage the pressure, responsibilities, expectations?
I just try and stay true to myself and what I know, and just stay humble, stay grounded, and have fun, you know. Like right now, I wouldn't say I'm having the best time because I'm frustrated, but eventually when I wake up, I'll probably just, you know, try and forget about it, lighten up, and move on. But really just trying to keep having fun with it every day.
Hello, excuse me. Next week, the Italian national team, Postgame, will come to Orlando to meet you and to talk. He said that he will try to convince you with the World Cup. So I want to know if you think that he will have to try to convince you, or it's all set. It's not necessary because you have already decided about your future.
Can you the question?
The question is that on December 3rd, the Italian national coach, Mr. Postgame, will come to Orlando to meet you in person, so you know that.
Yeah.
And said that he will try to convince you to play for the Italian national team with the World Cup. So I want to know, what is your feeling about this appointment?
Oh, what is my feeling? Oh, I'm excited to meet him. I'm excited to talk to him, hear what he has to say, and just learn more about the team, learn more about the federation just as a whole and what they're all about. Really, all I've been, you know, in communication has been over text or phone. So to meet him in person and have him come to Orlando would be great.
Franz, following last night's disappointing effort, was this a more spirited, energetic type of performance you were hoping to have tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I think we came out with a lot of energy and played definitely way better than last night.
I know there's not much to really say when you're playing against a guy like Kevin Durant, obviously your future Hall of Famer and all that. What was it like going up against him tonight? You know, he drops 45, just seemed like he was unstoppable.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it's tough playing against a player like that, but you know, also makes you better as a player, as a team. So also gotta like those challenges.
Playing with Paolo, Bull, now Gary as well, do you sense the resilience kind of being there with those guys? I mean, some of those guys, like Gary specifically, he's been there before and played in big games, playoff games. Do you kind of sense composure with a guy like that? And then Paolo, we know he's kind of an advanced player as is, but do you kind of sense playing with those guys that you guys are able to perform better in clutch moments?
Yeah, for sure. I think Paolo, like you said, he plays not like a 19-year-old. So obviously Gary being out there helps a lot on offense, on defense, just making sure that everybody knows what they're supposed to do. And I think we can build off of a game like this today.
Knowing that guys should be coming back from injury pretty soon, do you sense the team being confident, just knowing you're going to be healthier at some point, and these kind of games where you have to kind of try to grind it out will kind of help you in the long run?
Yeah, for sure, but it's still tough. I mean, we're all really competitive and want to win, and I think as players it's really hard sometimes to have that perspective because we got another game in 2 days, and we want to win that one as well. So, yeah.
Can you describe Paolo's leadership and how impressive it is that he's a leader in his rookie year?
Yeah, really impressive. I think really composed, really patient for his age. Communicates really well, I think, with us. What he's seeing, sometimes he asks questions. I think just overall the type of guy he is, the character that he has, he's really competitive, and just gives everybody, I think, a lot of confidence out there when we're in tough situations.
And how do you sense chemistry developing in this group?
I think we got great chemistry, honestly. Obviously, it's tough when so many guys are out, but off the court, we got a great group. We got a great group of guys that want to win and want to win together. And I think once guys get back and rotations are more constant, and I think you're going to see that on the court as well.